Hello, my name is Zombie878. Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this YouTube video, we are going to be going over a Rec Room update and the new function chip they added. The Rec Room update's not that big, so I'm just going to be focusing more on the function chip. If you're interested in the Rec Room updates, tune in for the end of the video. I'm going to make it pretty fast because there's not a lot to go over. But anyway, the new function chip you can use in room 1.0. If you couldn't tell, I'm in room 1.0 right now. Not that buggy mess of room 2.0. But anyway, if you want to use the function chip, just go into your palette and type in function. And we're going to get a function definition chip. Don't worry about the call function definition chip. We're going to be talking about that in a few seconds after I go over some of the options in here, if I can actually get to configure. Okay, so this is a function definition chip. And basically what it does is you can create your own function. Which, yeah, I know it sounds a little like the circuit board chip, but it's actually a lot better than circuit board chip. I will explain once we're done with this. But anyway, if you configure the chip, you're going to see the chip name, function definition. I'm going to change this name and I'm going to name it to, let's have, okay, I got an idea. Let's do a random vector. So let's just say random vector. Random vector 3. There we go. I'm going to steal the example from the dev blog, and just show people how it works, maybe explain it a bit more. I'll leave the dev blog in the description if anyone wants to look at it after I do this. Here's the new filter section. The new filter section makes it so you can actually find your newly made chip in the palette. So I'm just gonna type in what should I type in? Let me type in random, and let me type in backslash. You need the backslash because since you search it up in the palette, it needs to go with everything else. So like circuits, backslash, vector. So you need to type in a certain way. So I'm going to type in random backslash vector. And now if I hit submit, you'll see that this is now named random vector 3. But more importantly, if I go into the palette, I should be able to, okay, I didn't want to do that. You should be able to go into circuits and type in the new function you added. I don't know if I use a capital R or not. Yeah, here's random, and here you can see is the new call random vector 3 chip that I added under my little filter. So yeah, and you can go ahead and place it down if you want. I'm gonna place one down. As you can see, it is different from this chip. It doesn't have this because this is the definition chip. This is the call function chip that you saw. So if I type in call, yeah, it says call random vector 3 right now because I already did it. But if you were paying attention a little while ago, it should have showed you the call function chip. So now that we have the call function chip, a random vector 3 chip I made, let me go ahead and configure my random vector 3 definition chip. and we're going to add some functions in here to make this actually usable. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable the execute port, because I want to have it where you can press a button and it will just give you a random vector. So I'm going to add a input. The input is going to be a where's float? Oh, there's float. And I'm going to name excuse me. And I'm going to add another float. So this is going to be the min and this is going to be the max. So go ahead and name this min, and go ahead and name this max. And now we're going into the outputs, and of course we're going to get our vector at the output. So go ahead and put the vector 3, and we're just going to name this random vector 3. And that should be good. Now, as you can see, I got my new chip here. The outputs appeared on the call function chip. I got my executes. I got the min and max float, and I got the random vector 3. So this doesn't exactly work yet because I need to edit this, and I need to actually hook up these chips and still put it together. So let me move this back a little bit to the left and right. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh my gosh, my controller drift just keeps making me go up and down. I'm sorry if that's annoying some people. So I'm going to type in random, and I am going to get, well, actually what I want to do is I'm going to put down one of these chips, but I want to get a vector chip first. So I'm going to go ahead and type in vector 3. Where is the chip I want? Vector 3. You can also get your chip by typing in this if it's the same as everything else. Where is the chip I want? It should be right around here. Oh, maybe it's not under vector 3. Right. Vector create. Why didn't that show up before? Okay, the game's acting a bit weird. It won't let me back out of things or place things down even though I'm clicking on it. Don't know if that's a bug or not. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to get the vector 3 chip. We're going to put this into the output so it will give us the vector 3. And what we are going to do is we are going to why am I moving? My controller got some drift. I need to fix this. Anyway, I think I'm using the right random chip. Sorry if it's a bit slow. I'm not used to screen mode. I'm really not used to screen mode. I'm trying to get used to it. Or was it random from list? It was either random, no, it was random float. Okay, so what we need is we need to copy this 3 times. So once here, another one here, and we need another one here. And what we are going to do is we are going to get the min and the max and connect it to each one. Hopefully I don't mess up the circuits. Connect the minimum and then the maximum. Okay, and now that we did that, let's connect the executes. So what this is going to do is this is going to get our 2 min and maxes, and with each of these random float chips it's going to output a random number in between the min and max, And then after it does that, it will go over here to show me the input. So I'm gonna connect, I didn't want to bring that up. So I'm going to connect the X to the top one, the Y to the middle one, and the Z to the bottom one. And now I'm going to press done. And now if I go ahead and I'm going to keep the min 0 and I'm going to make the max 10. And since it's a float value and not an int value, it's going to get a random number with a decimal somewhere. So 0 to 10 is actually quite large for this. And it's going to output a random vector. Right now it says 0, 0, 0. It won't say that. You could have a button right here. I'm just going to click it with my maker pen to show you. So now if I click it and I go over here, it outputs a completely random vector, and it's really nice that it does this. So basically the reason why this is better than the circuit board chip is with the circuit board chip you would have to put this in each circuit board and copy it, and it would cost a lot of ink, right? But with the function chip, all you really need to do is put one of these definitions in your room. And then after you do that, you can go into your you can go into your palette and your maker pen, and you can just go ahead and place it down. And as you see, it's not going to cost as many circuits, as much chip cost, because this is holding all the chips. This is just calling back to this function every time one of these activates. And that is basically what you can do with the new function chip. If anybody wants a part 2, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. There's definitely a lot you can do with this chip. I'm definitely excited to go over it. This chip is pretty game changing, to be honest. But anyway, let me go over the rest of the update. It's really not that big. So first of all, we have new permissions. So if you go into this room in settings, doesn't matter if you're in rooms 1.0 or 2.0, go into anybody's permissions. It doesn't have to be everyone. They added a this room permission, which from what it says, it's going to save at room level. Yeah, it's going to save at room level. So basically it's going to save for the entire room, not like one sub room. Wait a second. Are all saved at room level, as opposed to permissions, which will save at. So yeah, so basically if you change this, it's going to change in every single one of your sub rooms. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, I don't know. Okay, next thing is they added the animation controller to Rooms 2.0. I'm too lazy and too annoyed at Rooms 2.0 to go over there to show. But yeah, they added the animation controller. They said it's a bit different from how it was before. Don't know what that's about. Okay, a few more things, and these are pretty important. They're going to be testing out a new 5-point rating system for room feedback, so I'm assuming that eventually they're just going to have it where you can filter through rooms by how many stars people give it. Like, if let's say you want to go to a bad hotel, you just go to a 1-star hotel to see how bad it is. I don't know. I like to look at them videos on YouTube. I think they're pretty fun. But let me get to the rest. Next, they're going to be adding... No, not adding. They're going to be testing effects of removing and adding token bundles from the token store. So, oh boy, that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's going to be real fun. And they're going to be beginning a series of products to make the dorm rooms more customizable. So maybe you can finally make that dream dorm room that you've always been dreaming of. Who knows? Maybe you want to be in a laboratory. Or maybe you want to make it just like your house. I don't know. Something very amazing. But they do need to increase the dorm room space because right now it's kind of pitiful. But anyway, that is all in the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.